Libras, you are in an interesting place because, in essence, this is your first house, Libra. This is who you are. This is how you project yourself, right? In the moment. So Libra, so Virgo energy, the Grandmaster of Virgo energy, is ultimately your faith. So, you are mastering faith. You are becoming faith. Becoming faithful. Becoming faithful means there's no question as to whether you are or aren't. There's no question as to whether the universe supports you or not. There's no question. It is simply not allowed in the courtroom that whether or not faith is going to be. You assume, I love myself some more. I got me, God's got me, the universe has got me, it's done. So Libras have to crystallize and become their faith. They must become expressions of their faith. You see this with the court on the judge. You see a judge sitting on the stand. Does the judge question their authority up there? Does the judge question for one moment that the United States will back them, that the law will back them? No. A judge can only be fair knowing they have God's backup from the beginning, knowing they have the country's backup from the beginning. They can't be fair unless they know they are backed up. So you must become your faith, okay? And when you become your faith, then you can also become your emotional ground. You can be emotionally grounded. And that's been where Libras have allowed their power to be taken away. They've allowed other people to, encroach upon their lives or whatever. They've also had some twisted agreements, which I think are being outdated now. A lot of Libras have some twisted contracts when you sign a contract with a Libra, because it's like, oh, I'm going to give you all this. There's a lot of fine print of what they're going to get. Just saying, it's old school Libra. They're like, do you not like Libras? No, I love Libras. I love them. I'd like them to come online, please, and start operating from the new system and not the old system of like, let me scratch your back and I'll take 4 scratches. And I'm like, come on. I just don't buy that. That's where it's an injustice, Not everyone, but a lot of them, just saying. And Libra risings too. So now it's like, hey, if you have immaculate faith, you don't need to go, you don't have to worry about your emotional ground. You don't have to worry about your security. You don't have to worry about anything. God's got you or God doesn't, which is it? So the Pluto at 29 says your power in your family changes. Your power over your emotional security changes. You become basically sovereign from all these different things. Now, with the sun going into Libra, it means that all the work, Libra, hear me out, Libra, all the work is with yourself. All of it, okay? All of it. I know you like to relate to people, but I don't even want to even talk to you until I know what you've done for yourself, because I'm tired of that. Libras will tend to put themselves to the side and just deal with the people. I don't want to talk to a Libra who's thrown themselves to the side. You're not ready to talk as far as I'm concerned. Some of you are, some of you aren't. I'm not, again, I'm just being honest here. And this is part of the new Christopher, by the way, the new we. It's like Christopher's going to be like kind of blank honest in the future. I have like candy-coated stuff in the past and tiptoed around wounds. We have a lot of things to do now. We don't have more time for that. So I'm going to be I'm cool that you won't talk to me until heaven. I'm cool. That's cool. Like, it doesn't matter. I know how it works. So I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to be kind in that regard. So in that regard, Libras, as we move into the sun of Libra, although there is all these things I need from you in most of the conversation, I want to know, what have you done for yourself before you talk about what I can do for you? That's going to be my policy on the door. The universe is saying the same thing. You have to start treating yourself right. And Libras go to me, I do treat myself right. I go to the spa, I do this. No, I'm talking about in your head on the way home on the drive, how you beat yourself up from the point of your work, the point of home, about how all these things are bad and how you're not good enough and all that stuff. Libras are beating themselves up before they even get to the situation. And that's learned behavior probably from Christianity. So let's not even blame ourselves. Damn Christians. And Constantine fucked everything up. I know it. But the truth is, we don't have to continue that if we don't want to. So you have to be, in this Libra season, completely coming from a fair treatment of yourself before you discuss any injustice that you see in the world. I don't want to hear about anything that's wrong in the world until I hear about everything that's right with you. In that way, Libras are becoming more Aries-like and Aries are becoming more Libra-like. So then we've been talking amongst our peers and in our behind the scenes of Serious Story, like, I think Libra and Aries are about to switch poles, with these poles are about to switch sides, so to speak. Now, what this comes down to is your I is all in relationships. So in relationships, Libras have come to the relationship saying I. And that's because they have not defended the we in their ego. They've not treated themselves the way they deserve. And so they come into the relationship with this I premise about them. I know your higher goal is we. In fact, Libras have the best potential for we. The truth is how the hell are we going to enter into the sovereign era if you are not being fair to yourself to begin with? And how are you going to be able to negotiate in your brilliant way, which Libras are crazy brilliant? It strikes me how brilliant you are. It stands on nothing if you haven't treated yourself first beginning like the right way. So you change the relationship to we, and ironically, the we in your relationship is not including them. It's including yourself.
It's serious joy, joy, joy.